when the library lights go out. When the library lights go out. When the library lights go out and the machines stop their pulling and clocking and spinning, and the books are all talking, the pupils hear the whisper of magic words. Good night, good night. Giants. Rabbit pokes his head up out of the puppet box. Snip, snip. Yahoo! Lion, honey crab, you can come out now. Oink, oink. Lion snores just like a pig. Time for adventure, cries Rabbit. Oink. Lion snores and snores some more. I'm not sleepy, says Rabbit. Maybe Hermit Crab will tell me a get sleepy story. Rabbit digs down deep into the puppet box. Ink, icky, sticky gone, but no Hermit Crab. Rabbit digs deeper and deeper, way down to the bottomy bottom. One old sock, two lost library cards, three birthday hats. Still no Hermit Crab. Rabbit goes looking for Hermit Crab. He runs and runs around the room. He looks high, low, near, bird. He looks in the good-smelling crayon box. Scribble, scribble. Rabbit draws a picture of himself wearing cool glasses. He looks in the ucky, blocky trash can. Nibble, nibble. Carrot sticks, hard in moldy sandwiches. Yum! He looks inside the toy chest. Dribble, dribble. Rabbit shoots the hoops. Squish! Right into the mouth of the trash can. Score and win! Shouts Rabbit. Rabbit! Says Lion. Stop all that noisy racket. Some of us are trying to sleep. You have to wake up, Lion. Wake up! Hermit Crab is nowhere. Hermit Crab is gone. Gone! Gone! As in lost! Oh! I've been rolling all day. Let me go back to sleep, says Lion. What if Hermit Crab got lost in a giant cave? Or slept on my giant bed? Or eaten by a hungry giant? You've been reading too much fairy tales, Lion tells Rabbit. We have to look for her, says Rabbit. You're right, agrees Lion, rubbing sleep from his eyes. We have to find our friend. What an adventure! Shouts Rabbit. But we've never been out in the library after dark. I'll bring a flashlight, Lion says. I'll bring a picnic, Rabbit adds. A picnic? Lion asks. Giants are very hungry fellows, says Rabbit. The map. Lion shines his flashlight here and there. Empty chairs, a library bare, in this corner and that corner. Checker cobwebs, carpet squares. Up and down the dark row of books. Hey, what's this? A map, says Lion. Or a ladder from a giant, says Rabbit. Lion turns the map this way and that way. Upside down, downside up. Lion shines his flashlight on the map, squinting at all the crisscross lines and teeny tiny letters. Look, a big green square, says Rabbit. A park, says Lion. And there's a blue circle, says Rabbit. Water, says Lion. What's the landmine? Asks Rabbit. A bridge, says Lion. I never knew there was a park and water and a bridge in the library, says Rabbit. What an adventure! The two friends followed the map to the park. A giant beanstalk, says Rabbit, pointing. The two friends come to the water. A giant's bathtub, says Rabbit. The two friends start to cross the bridge. What if it goes to a giant castle? Asks Rabbit. The two friends sit down on the bridge, over the water in the park. Perfect place for a picnic, says Rabbit, except for giants. Roar, says Lion. Let's jump for Harmony Crab, yoo-hoo! Rabbit goes, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo! She's here, Rabbit goes. Hermit crab! Hermit crab! Hermit crab! It's just an echo, says Lion. Maybe she went to the ocean, suggests Rabbit. The ocean is far, far away, says Lion. How far? Asks Rabbit. San Francisco, says Lion. Is it on the map? Asks Rabbit. Lion turns the map this way and that way and this. Let me see, Rabbit says. No, me! Me! Oops, Lion drops his flashlight. Rabbit yanks the map away. Lion pulls the map back and forth. Tears flip, teeth grit, ears flop, bit by. Lion and Rabbit tug and tug and tug and rip! The map rips into 1, 2, 3 pieces. Uh-oh, says Rabbit. Oh no, says Lion. Where are we? Asks Rabbit. Lost, says Lion. Lost and bound. I have an idea, Lion says. A time to go home idea? Asks Rabbit. Crumple, rumple, crinkle, wrinkle. Lion boards and bowls. The birds grab a map. A hot dog bowl, a hamburger bowl, an arm bowl, corners bowl. A boat, says Rabbit. Crumple, rumple, Lion boards and boards. The second grab a map. A sail, says Rabbit. Crinkle, wrinkle, Lion boards and boards. The third grab a map. Ahead, a continent! For me? No, me, says Lion, squashing the hat on top of his bushy mane. Lion makes a handsome captain. I need a hat too, says Rabbit. Lion and Rabbit squeeze into the boat and sail by the light of the moon over the dappy waves. I wish I had my flashlight, says Lion. At least there's a full moon, says Rabbit. What's up for giants? Whoosh, whoosh. Wait, I think I hear a giant snarling, says Rabbit. Wait, I think I hear a giant snarling, says Rabbit. A giant's hermit, says Rabbit. Blink, blink. A giant got our flashlight! Master, go faster! Look out! A giant! Boom! Crush! Roar! Says Rabbit. Roar! Says Lion. Shipwreck! Shouts Rabbit. Lion looks at the crumpled up boat and the crinkled up sail. What do we do now? Asks Lion. Pretend we're on a desert island and we're hungry, says Rabbit. And we have to have a picnic on this rock. I am not a rock, says a voice. Do you hear what I hear? Asks Lion. This rock sucks, Rabbit says. Hermit crab, says Lion. Hermit crab, says Rabbit. You are not lost in a giant cave, stepped on by a giant bit, eaten by a hungry giant? No, says Hermit crab. I wasn't lost. I was right here all the time. Why didn't you come home when the lights went out? Asked Lion. I did, Brahma, says Hermit crab. I wanted to see San Francisco, hear the ocean. Whoosh, whoosh. Stay up till midnight. Sleep under the stars. Blink, blink. Did you know each star has a name? Jacob star, Kelsey star, Samantha star. The 3 friends gave up at the stars. And the hermit crab carries their brand to shore. I'm glad we found you, hermit crab, says Lion. What an adventure, says Rabbit. Adventure makes me hungry, says Lion. Me too, says hermit crab. Me too, says Rabbit. Want an adventure without picnic. Picnic, says hermit crab. There's no better place for a picnic than San Francisco. Picnic capture of the world. Lion spreads out the blanket. Hermit crab says the towel bag closed with red between the lion napkin and pink plastic box. Rabbit takes out carrot sticks, herb and bologna sandwiches, and a bag of squishy good board toasting marshmallows. A midnight picnic, says Lion. There's enough food here for a hungry giant, says hermit crab. Exactly, says Rabbit. The 3 friends munch and crunch on a picnic bit for a giant, then read themselves to sleep under the stars.